morning and welcome to the Thurston College grounds, and here we are in the continuation of the Mercantile Cricket Association E-Division T20 League Tournament for 2025, and the first match down for decision here today is a game between TVS Lanka and Hayleys Group B, who will be battling it out. TVS Lanka, who had a big win a couple of days ago in their first match, and taking on Hayleys Group B in match number 2. Well, beautiful weather conditions here in Colombo at the Thurston College grounds. Sun beaming down the grounds. Lovely outfield is cut and rolled at the moment. So all set for a good day's cricket at the Thurston College grounds. And as we talk to you, let's go into the centre, join the two captains, and the match referee for the toss.
Hello and welcome to all our viewers from whichever the part of the world you are joining us. We are coming to you live from the Thurston Cricket Grounds here in Colombo. The sun is shining bright, the atmosphere looks fantastic. We are here in for the encounter. It's the MCA David Pires E-Division T20 League 2025, and the match today between Hayleys B and TVS Lanka. Right, I do have the two captains with me, Shannon Lee for Hayleys B and Jayantha Samaravira for TVS Lanka, and our standing match official for the day, Mr. Senanandavira. Right, it's time for the most important toss, and we have TVS Lanka skipper who will spin the coin for us. Heads is the call. Tails it is. ජයන්ත ඔබ කාසිය වාසිය ජයග්‍රහණය කරා. අද මුලින්ම මොකද කරන්න යන්නේ මේ තනතිරුවේ?
බැට් කරන්න නම් බලාපොරොත්තුයි.
කොහොමද කණ්ඩායමේ සූදානම මුලින් පන්දුට පහර දෙන්න පිටිකරන බැලණිය කොහොමද අද සූදානම?
මේ සංයුතියත් එක්ක අපි තීරණය කරා මුලින් බැට් කරන්න. මොකද හොඳ ස්කෝර් එකක් අපි ප්‍රතිවාදී කණ්ඩායමට ලබා දීලා හොඳ තරගයක් දෙන්න තමයි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ.
මුලින් පන්දුට පහර දීලා ලකුණු කීයක් වගේ ලකුණු පූර්වයේ ප්‍රදර්ශනය ගන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවද අද?
160ක විතර වගේ ඉලක්කයක් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා අපි ඒගොල්ලන්ට ලබා දෙන්න.
බොහොම ස්තුතියි සුබපතන අද තරගයට. Shannon, if you had won the toss today, what you have done on this surface today?
We were going to bowl first anyway. We looked at the TVS team from the last match. They have a very good batting side. So we were anyway expecting to bowl first and then try to restrict them below 140, 150 at least, so that we can have a chance to chase it.
How are the boys ready today? It's a fresh game. It's a new day, especially against TVS Lanka. You all got an opportunity to bowl first. So how is the team prepared today for this game?
We've had some good practice sessions, and the boys have prepared well. So hoping to give a good game today.
Thank you very much and good luck for today's game.
Thank you.
Right, so the news from the centre is that TVS Lanka, they have won the toss and they will have a bat first.
Right, thank you so much. There we are, the news. No surprise that TVS Lanka won the toss and batting first. They got a very strong batting side for sure. Jayantha Samaravira along with Ayana Serivardhan and Dinal Induvara. Isuru Diduka along with Kalhara and Koshan, Jai Vikrama, Yasiru, Heshan and Sandeep along with Hansa Jaya Brian and Fonseca with Umayanga making up the TVS Lanka team. And Hayleys B, Shannon Lee along with Dilesh Pereira, Muna Singh with Madhuranga Soiza, Mohammad Shahadullah, Ryan Fernando, San Nanyakara, Senal De Silva, Temal Bandara, Vanit De Silva, and Vanura Ravimal making up the Hayleys B side. So this game all to play for. It's 20 overs per side, and the Mercantile Cricket Association T20 E-Division League Tournament for 2025. As I talk to you, umpires out, the players in the middle will see the first ball coming up a short while from now. And of course, the conditions are going to be hot and humid for the players as well. And there we are, Dinal Induvara along with Ruin Fonseca opening batting for TVS Lanka. And Senal De Silva to bowl the first over for Hayleys Group B. And there we are, guard being taken at the moment. So Dinal Induvara has played 64 matches and has 110 50s in his career. A strike rate of 86.11, average is 25.60, top score of 115. So much expected from Induvara in the batting department. The left-hander has he's got runs under his belt as well. Senal De Silva, 19 matches where we have 6 37 is his best bowling figures. He's got 1 5-wicket haul and 3 times he's taken 3 wickets in innings, economy of 5.05. First ball coming up. Played on the offside, single being taken. Excellent running. The moment was played by Dinal Induvara. He was off for the single and well backed up by Roveen Fonseca, who gave him good support. So TVS Lanka, first run of the board. There we go again. Played gently towards the short extra cover region and completed that single quite comfortably in the end. So Senal De Silva, he's in operation. Medium pace bowler. And Roveen Fonseca, 45 matches, 950s and 300. So he's got a real good pedigree behind him. And of course, top score 113 with a strike rate of 64.47, a total of 1,597 runs. So there we are. Lot expected from Fonseca as well. Here we are, De Silva. Outside the line of off stump, shoulders, arms, wicket keeper collects. So it's a dot ball, the second ball of the over and the match itself. So Roveen Fonseca, he'll be out to make a good impression with the bat today for TVS Lanka. Dinal Induvara, who took the strike, got the first ball single to get the run rate going as well. For Senal De Silva, right arm over. Played gently towards a backward point. Looking for one was Fonseca, but sent back by Induvara. There was no chance of a run being taken. The ball travelled very quickly. The outfields have become fast again a few weeks ago because we had so much of rain in Colombo that it was very slow outfields, but things have quickened up in the last few days. And the weather conditions have really turned out to be good for cricket. Lovely shot, played nicely on the offside. Won't reach the boundary, coming back for 2. That's well played by Roveen Fonseca. He's off the mark as well, he's on to 2. So takes the TVS Lanka total to 3 for no wicket. We've got 3 balls bowled so far in the first over. 20 overs per side. We know that TVS Lanka has got a very good batting side, a very strong batting side. They bat deep as well. So Hayleys Group B, they'll be under a lot of pressure to try and pick up early wickets. Not allow the batsmen to really dominate early on. So Roveen Fonseca and Dinal Induvara, they look to dominate the bowling. So Senal De Silva is bowled 4 balls, none for 3 his figures. Pulled on the onside. Over the ropes for 6. That's an excellent shot. The shot, and Roveen Fonseca made no mistake about that. Clobbered it over that mid-wicket region for 6. There we go. Very short. And on the back foot straight away. And cleared that boundary quite comfortably. Quite a big boundary here at the Thurston College grounds. And takes Roveen Fonseca on to 8. Total to 9 for no wicket. We got 1 ball left in the first over. So good first over for TVS Lanka at the moment. Played out to the offside to short extra cover. Ends the over. 1 over completed. And TVS Lanka 9 for no wicket. Roveen Fonseca on 8 of 5 balls. Dinal Induvara faced 1 ball for 1 run. And Senal De Silva 1 over, none for 9. So there is the scorecard for TVS Lanka at the moment. 23rd DPGC MCA E Division T20 League Tournament for 2025. So good start from TVS Lanka. And once again, it's going to be Roveen Fonseca, the left-hander, taking guard. The problem here, if you take guard, you've got to mark it out with chalk, unlike when you're playing on a turf wicket. Takes a bit of time. You've got to get your glove off, or you need the support of one of the the fielding side players. So Vanit De Silva to bowl his first over. It's a spinner to bowl over number 2. Bowling from the ground end. White called. He's got to re-bowl that. Takes the TVS Lanka total into double figures. 10 for no wicket. Pulled away again on the onside, down towards deep mid-wicket. Picked up inside the boundary, just single been taken. So Zinal Induvara moves on to 2. Takes a total of 11 for no wicket in the second over. In fact, 1.1 overs completed. So Ruin Fonseca taking guard, he's on 8. Strikes the ball so well is Ruin Fonseca. Look at the field, they got one slip in place, short third man, the backward point, the extra cover along with the sweeper and a deep mid-off on the offside. Nice to play it on the onside, out towards long on for a single. So Ruin Fonseca too, playing along the ground, totally in control of things. 12 for no wicket, TVS Lanka in the second over. Down the track, going for a big heave. Doesn't quite get hold of it. Gets a bit of bat. He runs on a short, fine leg. They'll pick up a single in the meantime. So Dinal Induvara getting one more run. He wants to keep that scoreboard moving. They want to put pressure on the fielding side and the bowlers. So brings Ruin Fonseca once again on strike. He's on 9 of 6 deliveries. And there we are. That's that last delivery. It's played to a short, fine leg. Oh, what a shot. Lovely shot. Lofted on the offside into his extra cover region for 4. This is class batting, in fact, from Ruin Fonseca. Showing what a good player he is. Look at that. Makes room for himself down the leg side. Lofts it very safe. He knows there's no fielder around there. Picks up a boundary. Keeps that scoreboard moving to 13 for no wicket. In fact, it should be more than 13. Quicker one. Horis this time onto the back foot to play it out. It's 17 for no wicket. So we've got one ball left in the second over. For a drive, beaten outside the right of off stump, collect the wicket keeper. End of the over from Vanit De Silva. 2 overs completed. TVS Lanka 17 for no wicket after 2 overs. Run rate of 8.50. Ruin Fonseca on 13 of 9. Dinal Induvara is on 3 of 3. And Vanit De Silva 1 over, none for 8. So there we are, the bowling figures. Senal De Silva was bowled 1 over, none for 9. Vanit De Silva 1 over, none for 8. 2 overs been completed. 1 extra so far. The total of 17 for no wicket. And here's Senal De Silva once again. Down the track, driven on the offside. Mid-off with a lot of ground to cover. They take 1. They're looking for 2, but sent back by Induvara is Fonseca. So just a single being taken. $18 for no wicket. So brings Fonseca on strike once again on 13 of 9. Worked on the onside to the vacant mid-wicket region. Plenty of time to cross for 1. So TVS Lanka moves on to 19 for no wicket after 2.2 overs. Ruin Fonseca on to 14 of 10 brings Dinal Induvara on 4 of 4 deliveries to take strike, the left-hander. So we're just joining our live telecast of all the action from the Thurston College grounds in the Mercantile Cricket Association E-Division T20 League Tournament 2025. The news is that TVS Lanka won the toss and elected to bat first. We're outside the line of off stump. Induvara showed his arms, thinking it's going to be a wide. The umpire did not call a wide. How far was that from the tram lines? In fact, we're seeing the tram lines in white at the moment here. Normally on turf wickets you see them in blue. Down the track, lofted. Where's it gone? It's gone up. Fielder won't get there. It drops between two fielders. Again looking for two is Induvara. Sent back by Fonseca, so just single again. So Dinal Induvara looking to hit the ball hard on the offside. Didn't quite get hold of it. So just a single picked up. Takes the TVS Lanka total under 20 for no wicket after 2.4 overs. Ruin Fonseca is once again on strike, is on 14 of 10. Senel De Silva, 1.4 overs, none for 12 his figures. Lofted again, gone on the onside. Where's it gone? Fielder gets to it just inside the boundary, coming back for two. It was in the air for a long time, but the fielder had no chance to get at that because he was fielding at deep mid-wicket on the boundary. This was lofted between deep mid-wicket and long on for a couple of runs. There we are, that's how it went. It was in the air for a while, but safe in the end for 2 runs. Picked up inside the boundary. .22 for no wicket TVS Lanka after 2.5 overs. Can hit away on the onside, out towards mid-wicket. Could be a run out here. There we are. Well, a bad miss on the wicket keeper. Was the throw also a bad throw to the wicket keeper? Could have had a run out quite easily there to have the wicket of Ruin Fonseca. And Hayleys Group B have spilt a chance early on. So there we are, 3 overs completed. TVS Lanka 22 for no wicket. Ruin Fonseca on 16 of 12. Dinal Induvara 5 of 6. Senel De Silva 2 overs done for 14. Run rate 7.33. So TVS Lanka, their scorecard at the moment, Induvara is on 5 with Fonseca on 16, 1 extra. 22 for no wicket after 3. 1 is De Silva to bowl his second over, none for 8 his figures, and the 1 over is bowled. The left arm spinner in operation. Down the track, lofted on the onside. Where's that gone? Over the rope again. Waiting for the umpire signal. Yes, there we are, the signal of 6. Good use of feet from Induvara. And look at that. Down the track, timed it perfectly, got the placement right as well. He was jumping near long on, but they had no chance to get a hand to it. Takes TVS Lanka on to 28 for no wicket after 3.1 overs. So Induvara also in the act. He moves on to 11 double figures of 7 balls. So this is going to be a Herculean task for Hayleys. And this one, a little paddle sweep, in fact, down towards third man. The ball stops inside the boundary. They get 2, or they're looking for 3. Nope, they settle for 2. So 2 more runs to Induvara. taking every single opportunity to score runs. Takes a TVS Lanka on to 30 for no wicket after 3.2 overs. Run rate is 9. That's a good run rate in the early overs. Played out on the offside, straight to extra cover, no chance of run. Induvara was on the back foot playing that out, couldn't pick the gap in fact between backward point and extra cover. Sweeps this one in the arm, fielder getting under it, out caught. That's the end of Dinal Induvara. The left-hander goes, playing one too many in the air on the onside, and this time a straightforward catch taken at backward square leg. So TVS Lanka lose their first wicket, 30 for 1 in the fourth over. Wanid Disela picks up his first wicket, 1 for 16 his figures. So Hayleys Group B have done well to pick up a wicket. They had an opportunity in running out Fonseca in the previous over. A bad miss by the wicketkeeper as well. Induvara is caught by Dilesh Pereira of Vanik De Silva for 13 of 10. And a Siribor, the new batsman who walks out to join Ruin Fonseca on 16. So today TVS Lanka, they won the toss, they led to bat first. Can see the reason for that because they got a very strong batting side. They can make runs at will in their first game too against South Asian Technologies. They beat them so comfortably in the end. So I am Sirivardhana. 31 matches, he's got 108 50s under his belt. Strike rate of 110.05, so he's no mean batsman, coming in at number 3. Beaten outside the line of off stump. Well bowled from Vanik De Silva. To beat the batsman here, not the easiest thing to do. Nicely flighted. With a drift as well. This time well forward is Sirivardhana. Plays it gently on the offside. Ends the over. 4 completed. And TVS Lanka 30 for 1. Sirivardhana still to score. Fonseca on 16. And Vanik De Silva 1 for 16 from 2 overs. Run rate is 7.50. So the early morning sun is dipped behind the clouds at the moment, but it's still a very bright morning here in Colombo at the Thurston College grounds. And this is the Mercantile Cricket Association E-Division T20 League Tournament 2025. So Ruin Fonseca on 16 of 12 balls. He'll have the strike, the right-hander. TVS Lanka looking to make a big score, win the toss and batting first. This is their second game in this T20 League tournament. Change the bowling. Nanyakara is the change of bowler. Another spinner coming on. First ball to Fonseca. He picks up a single. The ball running down towards short fine leg. San Nanyakara into the action. Again played towards backward point. Single being taken, misfield there. Putting the pressure on the fielders this way, that batsman. The moment you play to a fielder and he takes his eyes off the ball, looking at the batsman taking a run, the chances are he'll misfield, and he did that. Going for the drive. Again, beaten outside the line of off stump. Wicketkeeper collects. 32 for 1 in the 5th over. Fonseca on 16 of 14. City Borden is on 1 of 3. Again going for the drive. Doesn't get bat to ball. Wicketkeeper does the balance. This time connects out towards deep mid wicket. They'll pick up 1 for that. TVS Lanka moves on to 33 for 1 after 4.5 overs. So Nanek Kara, none for 2 from 5 deliveries so far in his first over. Again outside the line of stump. Well bowled. Wicketkeeper collects, ends the over. 5 completed. TVS Lanka win the toss and batting first. 33 for 1 after 5 overs. City Borden on 1. Fonseca on 17. And Nanek Kara none for 2 from his 1 over.
Five overs done, 33 for 1. Very interesting at this point. They got off to a good start, but the run rate has dropped down a little bit after the fall of that first wicket. Tries to go for an expensive cut but fails to make contact. And again, opening up his offside, looking for an expensive shot through the offside. Fails to make contact again. So far, Hayleys, they managed to pull things back. Full toss into the gap. That'll run away to the boundary. A boundary after some time. Rubin Fonseca, he will take it. Was bowling a very good over, but that one full toss spoils the complete over. Disappointing for Thimal Bandara. Goes for a reverse sweep, loud appeal, probably hitting outside the off stump. Good call by the umpire. There you go. Just indicating that it hit outside the off stump. Good decision by the umpire. Over the cover fielder. Couple of bounces into the fence once again. A good finish to the power play. 8 runs coming off that over. 6 overs done. Just making sure that he goes through the shot. No hesitation. Power play done. 41 for 1.
Ruvin Fonseca. He has got off to a good start. 25 of 22. They were cruising along during the first couple of overs, but Hayleys managing to pull things back. You need to hold your nerve. You need to be calm. Things will come your way. Sahana Naikar will continue. Now with the power play done, you could have your field spreaded out. There is protection. If you take a quick look at the field, there is a deep cover. A long off, a long on. Deep square leg and a deep fine leg. So 5 fielders outside the circle. Good bit of fielding. This is what is important. You need to support your bowlers. Those kind of fielding would surely up the spirit of the teammates as well, especially in a T20 game. Goes for a big one. Into the gap. That'll be 4 more for Ruvin Fonseca. He has been fantastic from the start, from the word go. He has kept going. That's a shot of a player who is in good nick. There is a fielder placed at deep square leg and deep fine leg, but still he just manages to pierce the gap. Good presence of mind. They need some big shots. Cuts. Fails to make contact. The slip fielder has been taken off and he has been placed at short third man. Probably expecting that flashing blade to go past that region, getting the cover point field a bit closer. Attacking the stumps, very wisely done by Ruvin Fonseca, looking for a second run. Aina Sirivardhana says no. Both teams fighting for pride. They need a win here. Very watchful. Quick single. Loud appeal. Direct hit. Should be home safely. Umpire says no. Well, these singles, they are very important. No matter you're playing a T20 game, you need to make sure to rotate the strike. 7 overs done. 48 for 1. There's a quick look at that. Played with soft hands. The cow point fielder taking some time, but good take and deliver. The batter is way inside the crease. Ruvin Fonseca, he has got off to a blistering start so far. 30 coming off 26 deliveries. He has looked good for his 26 runs. That's what's important. He has looked very solid. The shots that he has played with confidence. He's no muck with the bat. Same with Aina Sirivardhana, a very, very talented batter. That kept low, surprisingly. That was a short delivery. He could have been easily bowled. Lucky for Aina Sirivardhana. A very, very talented young man. He's played for Sri Lanka under-19 cricket, Sri Lanka Cricket Development 11, and Sri Lanka Board under-19 11 as well. Once again, the ball keeping low. Good bit of fielding, uneven bounce. The batters will come back for the second run. He has played a lot of cricket, a lot of first-class cricket as well. Got a hit on his face. Call is for 2. Should be an easy cuppa once again. This time to the left of the fielder. The ball keeps following. Probably that kind of a day for that man down at deep cover. Running to his right, then running to his left. 50 up on the board for TVS Lanka at the end of 7.4 overs. Bounce. Now this is a problem for the batters. Couple of deliveries, it kept low, very low, I'd say. But this one, the specific delivery, this took off. A lot more bounce generated out of the surface. So as batters, you need to be very watchful. Straight bat, there is protection. Just the one run. Rubin Fonseca now, he needs to be out there. He needs to probably try and play that anchor role. He's faced the 27 deliveries. 8 overs done. TVS Lanka, 54 for 1. More spin continues. Themal Bandara, 2 overs at 14. Not bad in a T20 game, I would say. After 8 overs, 54 for 1. Well, TVS Lanka, they would take it, I'd say, with 1 wicket down. Maybe try and get to that 70-run mark at the end of 10 overs with 9 wickets in hand and then try to accelerate. That's what's important at this point. Hayleys B, on the other hand, they've managed to grab that wicket, but they need to attack. Well, Ryan Fernando has been brought into the attack. In fact, his fast bowler. Rubin Fonseca on strike. Wide one to start with. Down the leg side says wide umpire. A bit of exercise. If you're just joining us, it's the MCA David Puris Trophy. Couple of steps down the ground. Catches the call and a good take. Down our deep mid on. That's the second one on the coffin. That's a good catch. Very well judged. Rubin Fonseca showing intentions of going after the bowler. Trying to attack him. Couple of steps down the ground, but got the elevation but not the distance. Look at that. Probably a short hand jab. Not short enough to pull. A very good catch. Rubin Fonseca departs. A good hand. 31 of 28. Hayleys. They lose the second wicket. 55 for 2. New man box in Nadish Yashiro. Another capable player. Hayleys B grabbing a wicket at the very right time. They needed that breakthrough. They needed it badly. And the pacer provides it. Good bit of fielding. A good judged catch. Off the mark. The very first delivery, Nadish Yasuru. Now as batters, if the boundaries are dried up, one thing that you could work on is rotate the strike. Keep rotating the strike. That odd boundary will really help you up the run rate. Here's a quick look at that. Previous wicket again. Couple of steps down the track. He connected it well, but unfortunately didn't go the distance. Once again, played with soft hands, looking for a second run. Good communication between the two batters. Now that's what's important. This is what I was talking about. If the boundaries have dried up, look for those singles, look for the twos. Try and push the pressure back at the bowling team. That's what's important. That's what will get you back on track. And that odd boundary, the odd six, will really help you to boost the run rate. Minimum 6 runs per over. That's mandatory in a T20 game. Down the track, played with soft hands. This is good. This is good by TVS Lanka. Yes, they have lost a wicket, but they have made sure that they haven't absorbed that pressure. They're pushing it back at the bowling team. That is what is important. No matter you have lost a wicket, you shouldn't get yourself into a shelf. That's what's important. Try and push that pressure back at the bowling team. Lovely conditions here at the Thurston Cricket Grounds in Colombo. Quick single. Well, he was a goner. If that had hit, that was bullseye. I need to tell you that. That was not a run which was required. Played straight at the car point fielder. Probably he was 20 yards away from the batter. Straight into his hands. A bit of hesitation as well. He was nowhere in the frame. That would have been suicidal. And that would have been the last thing that TVS Lanka would have required, a run out at this point. They lost a wicket, but 7 runs coming off that over. 9 overs done. 61 for 2. We are almost into the half stage of this game. That's the beauty of this T20 format. Things tend to move really fast. You hardly get any time to process yourself. Even as a batter, you walk in as a new batter, you have very little time. You can't take too many deliveries. Madhuranga de Soisa has been introduced into the attack. A bit on leg spin. Should be very handy on these kind of surfaces, especially when you're playing on matching surfaces. It tend to support the spinners a lot. Well, bounce. Now that's what I was talking about. As batters, you need to be very watchful. That odd delivery will keep low, but usually it bounces. Well, he's rushing through his overs. Played it soft hands. Given. That was suicidal once again. These two batters, probably they were running too many. Well, poor communication. That was touch and go. Played with soft hands, but straight into the hands of the fielder. Good presence of mind, right on top of the stumps. Looks like the batter has injured himself as well. There you go, played with soft hands. Right on top of the stumps. Very good call by the umpire. Well, hats off. Those are not easy decisions to make while you're on field. That's a very good decision. Inches short of the crease. Good bit of fielding. This is what good fielding could do as well. Fantastic work. Ayan Sirivardhana. Lot more expected from this man. Departs for 13. Not the day for him. There you go. Finding it a little bit hard, probably. Rolled over his ankle or maybe his knee. TVS Lanka. 62 for 3. New batter, Koshan Jayavikrama. Taken on the full, off the mark straight away. Hayleys B. They have managed to pull things back. Well dead delivery. Dead ball called by the umpire. Not sure what went on there. Probably Madhuranga Soisa is trying to rush through his overs. Oh, that was a caught and bowled opportunity. What a catch that was. A sensational one from Madhuranga Soisa. Well, he was diving front. I need to tell you that. Hayleys B, they're turning things on. Now take a look at this. It was just inches away from the ground. He really plucked it out of the ground. Fantastic catch. Brilliant. Once again, the outfielding has been fantastic. Really helping the cause for Hayleys B at this point. They're really running away with this game at the half stage of play. That's the 4th wicket down for Hayleys. In fact, TVS Lanka. They're finding it really hard. Couple of wickets already gone down in this over. TVS Lanka 63 for 4. The new batter in Neluka Heshan. Plenty of runs under his belt. But at this point, probably they might need a little bit of a partnership, I'd say. That's a good delivery once again. Floated up in front of the batter's eye line. Half stage. TVS Lanka trying to recover. 63 for 4.
So take a look at the scorecard for TVS Lanka. They've lost 4 wickets for 63. Some excellent catching by Hayleys Group B has put paid the chances of them making a big score. So Jai Vikram is on 1. Hishan is still to score his first one ball, 63 for 4 after 10 overs, doing a 6.3 runs and over. San Nanekara bowled 2 overs, done for 9. Going for the paddle sweep, doesn't make contact. This is Jai Vikrama, wicket keeper collects. Playing a miss outside the line of off stump. This is good bowling, in fact, from Hayleys Group B. Keeping things nice and tight. They picked up 4 important wickets of TVS Lanka. So played on the offside towards extra cover. There's no chance of run once again. Driven on the offside, out towards that long off position. Only a single being taken by Jai Vikrama. Takes him out to 2. So decent over from Nanekar at the moment. Just 1 run coming off 4 deliveries. Brings Neluka Hishan to take strike. Plays forward. Bowler fields on his follow through. Played with soft hands on the offside towards that point region. Ends the over. Excellent over from San Nanekar. Just 1 run coming off that. So 11 overs completed and TVS Lanka 64 for 4. Neluka Hishan is on still to score. Koshan Jai Vikram is on 2. San Nanekar 3 overs, 2 none for 10 his figures. And the run rate, there we are. So the wickets that have fallen, Dinal Induvara was first to go, then followed by Serivardhana. So the top 4 batsmen that Hayleys Group B have picked up, they're all good batsmen. Played a miss outside the line of off stump by Jai Vikram again. Madhuranga Soiza in operation into his second over. So Hayleys Group B also having quite a few bowling options in the spin department. Wrapped on the pad, but certainly sliding down the leg side, no doubt about that. We'll look at it again. There we go. Height was also an issue. Played it soft hands, looking for one. The ball running down to a short third man. Jai Vikrama was down the track, but Hishan did not respond. So another dot ball from Madhuranga Soiza. Thick edge. Short third man did well to pick it up cleanly. This time is played on the onside, now towards long on for a single. So boundaries have dried up for TVS Lanka. 64 for 4. TVS Lanka wins the toss and elected to bat first in this game against Hayleys Group B. And this one is pushed away on the offside towards long off again for a single. So Hishan off the mark with 1. Another tight over, just 2 runs coming off the over so far, and the run rate has dropped to 5.58. Going for the drive, doesn't get hold of it. The bowler fields on his follow through, ends the over. 12 overs completed, and TVS Lanka 66 for 4 with Jai Vikrama on 3 and Hishan on 1. Madhuranga Soiza 2 overs, 1 for 4. So there's the scorecard of TVS Lanka. Induvara, Fonseca, well, they opened the batting. They were after the bowling in a big time, but they lost wickets at regular intervals. And a good performance, in fact, from Hayleys Group B. TVS Lanka has got a very strong batting side, no doubt about that. Vanit De Silva to bowl his third over. Drives to long off. Gets a single. Is Neluka Hishan, takes him on to 2. TVS Lanka 67 for 4 in the 13th over. 12.1 overs completed. Looking for the cut shot. Gets a bit of bat with the ball. Runs down to short third man. Jai Vikram was looking for one, but there was no run in that. Hishan sent him back quickly. Lofted this time. Where's it gone? Picked up inside the boundary. The batsman thought the ball will reach the boundary, so they only picked up a single. They could look for 2 runs there, but not to be, so just a 1 run coming in. Good lofted shot on the onside. The fielder got his hands to it, couldn't hold on to it. Down the track. Driven again down the track. The bowler fields on his follow through. The smart fielding again. Prevented the batsman getting any runs. This time played gently on the onside towards that mid-on region. The bowler runs across to do the fielding. There's no mid-on in place. So just a single being taken. So TVS Lanka 69 for 4. 1 ball left in the 13th over. Left sweep down towards backward square leg again for a single. That will complete the over. So 13 overs completed. TVS Lanka 70 for 4. Hishan on 3 of 7. Jai Vikram on 5 of 13. And Vanit De Silva 1 for 20 from 3. Run rate 5.38. So 6 bowlers tried by the Hayleys Group B team captain. Sunil De Silva, Vanit De Silva opened the bowling. Ranekara, Bandara along with Ryan Fernando and Soiza. Fernando and Soiza picking up a wicket each. So this is Vanit De Soiza. Lofted on the offside. Gone all the way for 6. That's a good strike from Jai Vikraman. After quite some time that TVS Lanka has got the ball to the boundary, over the boundary. Look at that. He made room for himself down the leg side to free his arms and play that stroke. 76 for 4. Pulled away on the onside down towards long on. Will they look for 2? Yes, they're coming back for 2. And they'll get 2 runs quite comfortably in the end. They'll need to convert those ones into 2s, TVS Lanka, because they're going well behind in the run rate at the moment. Play gently on the offside towards point. 1 more run to Jai Vikraman. Total moves on to 79 for 4 in the 14th over. Jai Vikram on 14 of 16 brings Hishan on 3 of 7 to take strike. Soiza. Driven again on the offside, out towards long off. Another single being taken. 80 up for TVS Lanka. So 10 of this over so far. Driven towards extra cover this time, no chance of run. Jai Vikram says no. Ball travel quickly on the turf. Plays again towards the extra cover. That'll end the over. So 14 overs completed. TVS Lanka 80 for 4 after 14 overs. Jai Vikram on 14 of 17. Heshan on 4 of 8. Madhuranga Soiza 1 for 14 from 3 overs. And 10 runs coming off that last over. So the 15th over to start up, 80 for 4 is TVS Lanka. Vanit De Silva to bowl his 4th and final over. Down the track is Heshan, drives on the onside towards long on, picks up one more run. So brings the hard-hitting Koshan Jai Vikram to take strikes. Then 14 of 18, he's had 1/6 since inning so far. Very strong man. And hits it on the onside, out towards mid-wicket region. Coming back for 2, returned on its way. The return is a poor one to the bowler. So they complete 2 runs quite comfortably in the end. So urgency now for TVS Lanka. From the bat of Jai Vikrama. He's on to 16 of 19. A lap sweep down towards fine leg. One more run. So where we were watching this live telecast of all the action, the Mercantile Cricket Association E Division T20 League Tournament 2025. Played soft hands on the offside to backward point. And this is match number 3 in this tournament. TVS Lanka versus Hayleys Group B. TVS Lanka won the toss, selected to bat first, 84 for 4 in the 15th over. Forward defensive. The bowler fields on his follow through. So one more ball left in Vanit De Silva's 4 over spell. Maximum 4 overs per bowler. 1 for 24 his figures. Driven back to the bowler. He fields on his follow through. Ends the over. 15 completed. TVS Lanka 84 for 4. Heshan on 5 of 12. Jai Vikram on 17 of 20. De Silva 4 overs, 1 for 24.
We are in for the last 5 overs of TVS Lanka innings. It's going to be very interesting. They haven't lost a wicket for the past 5 overs. These two batters, they have managed to drag things along. Lovely shot down the ground. The fielder will cut it across, just the 1 run. Now they are left it 29 deliveries. Maybe they need to try and at least get another 50 runs, get to that total of 130 maybe. Plays with soft hands. They need some big ones. They need some balls to fly out the ground. That's very important at this point. The last 5 overs, very crucial. Goes for a big one, but it will just clear the fielder. Was it a boundary? Yes, it is. Poor bit of judgment by the fielder behind the boundary. Look at that, a slog sweep playing across the line. The fielder, he hardly judged it. If he had stood back at the boundary line, that would have been straight down his throat. Good bit of fielding. The fielding needs to be very sharp. especially during these 5 overs, especially during the last 5 overs in a T20 game. Quick single again. Just the 6 runs coming off this over so far with 1 delivery to go. Now this is a big one. This is a very big delivery for TVS Lanka. This needs to go. This needs to go out the park. It's very important for TVS Lanka. Turn and bounce. Outside edge. No run. Good bit of bowling by Themal Bandara. 16 done. 90 for 4. A runner ball from here will get them only to 114 runs, which is below par at call in a T20 game. Opens up, tries to cut, fails to make contact. Now the batters, what they need to realize is they need to give a total so that the bowlers will have something to bowl at. Down the ground, straight up in the air. Catches the call, 2 fielders almost collided, but finally makes it. That's a good catch. Running to the left. Those are not easy ones. The reason being is you can see another fielder running in under your eye line, trying to break the shackles. The fielder at short mid-wicket was running in as well. There you go. Good catch at the very last minute. Ryan Fernando, the fielder. Neluke Heshan departs for 10. It was a hard stay for him though. Hayleys, they are pulling things back. TVS Lanka falling apart. 90 for 5. New man walks in, Vishmika Sandeepa. Unfortunately, he's walking at a time where the team really needs some big shots. He'll not have much deliveries to work with. Shot could have done well though. He needs to try and get Koshan Jai Vikram back on strike. He has been out there for 22 deliveries. This has been a very good over. 4 deliveries, 4 dot deliveries. Fantastic by Sahan Nanayakara. He has been spot on so far. And throughout the innings as well. Just the 10 runs considered into his 4th over. Shot. Drags it. A welcome boundary for Vishmika Sandeepa and TVS Lanka. Spoils a good over. That was pure power, rocking onto the back foot, rolling his arms, making sure that he plays it in front of square. Goes for a sweep, gets a bit of inside edge onto the pads probably. Coming back for the second run, 6 runs taken off that. Sahan Nanayakara would be really disappointed. Spoiled a good over. 17 overs done, 96 for 5. We have 3 overs left in this inning so far. 96 for 5 TVS Lanka. They might be quite disappointed about their performance today. They did get off to a blistering start, but Hayleys B managed to pull things back smartly. Once they got a grip, they never let it go. That's what's important. Dances down the track. Good bit of fielding. Restricting the batting team just to 1 run. Senal De Silva has done a pretty decent job as well. He's into his 3rd over considering just the 15 runs so far. Projected score is still below 120. Especially when it comes to a T20 game. You need at least a total of 130 to 35 to give it a fight. In swinger, probably pace taken off. Vishmika throwing the kitchen sink at it. Fails to make contact. Well, this is what we are going to witness in the next few overs. Wild swings. The head falling down. You need to stand still as a batter. No matter you're going for big shots, you need to stand still. Full toss. Should be just the 1 run. Three more deliveries to go in the over. A very decent one so far. Slower delivery. Hammers it. And clears extra cover quite comfortably. That's a big shot. Koshan Jayavikrama. He saw the slow ball coming early. There you go, back at the hand. The bottom hand coming off the bat just to make sure that the ball travels the distance. A good hit. Slow one again, dances down the track and deposits it out of the ground once again. Koshan Jayavikrama, he's turning things on for TVS Lanka. This is brilliant batting. There you go, down the track and gave it a proper swing. A clean one. Hitting the scoreboard on the full. Couple of sixes. Now things have changed. Senal De Silva. He'll be under pressure. Full toss. Koshan Jayavikrama, he'll be disappointed. He should have done better with that one. An expensive over comes to an end. 18 overs done. Nelson on the board for the loss of 5 wickets. Couple of overs left. 2 crucial overs. Themal Bandara with the ball in hand. This is going to be very interesting. The spinners usually they tend to go the distance. Opens up, drives it through covers. There is no protection, and that'll run to the boundary. Good presence of mind by Koshan Jayavikrama. He continues on his merry way. This is really good batting. Realizing that the extra car fielder and the cover fielder are inside the boundary line, he manages to pierce the gap quite comfortably. Should be just the one run. With 9 more deliveries to go in the innings, they probably might be eyeing at the total of 130 plus runs, which is a good one, I'd say. Thimal Bandar, he needs to hold his nerve. That's what's important at this point. Big one. That'll clear the boundary quite comfortably once again. This time it's Vishmika Sandeepa. He decides to go big. He says, Koshan Jayavikram, mate, if you can clear the ground, look at me do it. That was played with ease. This has been a good end so far. Walking across the ground. This should be taken. Yes, easy catch. But he has played his part. 13 of 8. Vishmika Sandeepa departs. Thimal Bandar pulling the length a bit probably. Not letting the batter to get underneath the ball. That was the difference comparing to the previous delivery. There you go. Pulling the length a little bit. And a good take. That's the end of Vishmika Sandeepa. 13 of 8. Good hand, I would say. 122 for 6. The new man in, Jiten Kalhara. He has 1 delivery to play with. Free license. Goes big. Fielder settling under just in front of him. Looking for a second run. This is very good running. Very, very good running. And more importantly, Koshan Jayavikrama will be on strike for the final over. 19 overs done. 124 for 6. Right then, we are into the last over of this play of these innings. 124 for 6. Maybe another 15 runs. Get to that total of 140. Koshan Jayavikrama should be coming back for a second run. In fact, that rolls across the boundary for 4 runs. That's another beautiful shot from Koshan Jayavikrama. Walking across the stumps, taking it on the full and placing it beautifully. Look at that shot. Plenty of wrist work just to make sure that the ball travels a lot more squarer. This has been a very good knock from this man. He has really turned things around for TVS Lanka. Hayleys B they might be really worried. 128 on the board with 5 deliveries to go. Wide called. Touch and go. Tough call for the umpire, I'd say. But it was a good one. One more run added to the total. 129 for 6 now. 5 deliveries. Caution Jai Vikrama, 41 of 30. Get another 10 runs. Get to that 140. He'll get his half century as well. It has been a good recovery so far. Probably they'll come back for a second run. Says no, the non-striker. 4 more deliveries left in the over now. Look at Koshan Jai Vikrama. He's walking up to his batting partner, probably giving him that instruction to make sure that you get in contact with the ball. That is what is important at this point. Try and get me back on strike, mate. 130 on the board now. Yeah, simple as that. That's what's important. Get the man in form back on strike. 3 deliveries for Koshan Jai Vikrama to work with. What would be running in his mind? We have the short fine leg fielder inside the circle. The square leg fielder is inside the circle as well. So maybe a lap, walking across the stumps. Try to lap him down. That would be an ideal option. Or maybe try for that sweep. No one behind the square. There you go. Exactly the shot that I mentioned. Lovely presence of mind by Koshan Jai Vikrama. Realizing that there is no one behind the square of the wicket. Showing the intentions of opening his thumbs up, and then at the last minute walks across and laps it quite comfortably. And that's a very welcome boundary. Now this is called quality batting. It's not about big hitting when it comes to T20. You need to be smart enough, especially during these last few overs. With 2 more deliveries to go, we still have the short fine leg and the square leg fielder inside the circle. Will he go again? This time he decides to go down the track. Taken on the full with the short extra cover fielder inside the boundary. That should have been put away. Right then. There's just the 1 delivery left. Koshan Jai Vikrama, he's on 46. TVS Lanka on 135. Will he go for that glory shot? A boundary would be really handy at this point, setting up a target of 140. And Koshan Jai Vikrama, for all his hard work, he deserves a half century. Probably he might lap this as well. In fact, he decides to go over mid-wicket, looking for a second run which is not available. The last couple of deliveries going the way of Hayleys. Right then, 20 overs done. TVS Lanka, they will end up at 136 for the loss of 6 wickets. I'd say it's a good, decent total looking at where they were 3 overs before. They would definitely take this. The bowlers having something to bowl at. They got off to a good start, especially after the first 3 overs. There were 20 plus runs without losing a wicket. Then there was that middle passage of play where Hayleys B really managed to pull things back. They got things under control, but TVS Lanka once again managing to get past that total of 130 runs, giving their bowlers an opportunity to bowl at something. Now, this is a quick look at the batting card. That's the start that I was talking about. Dinil Induvara and Ruvin Fonseca, both the batters getting off to a very good start, but unfortunately they couldn't convert it into a big one. Then the middle passage, there was a little bit of lag. Then at the latter part, Koshan Jai Vikrama and Vishmika Sandeepa helping TVS Lanka to get to a decent total of 136 with the help of 4 extras. Now this is the bowling card for you. Pick at the bowlers. We need to look at the economy rate. Vanity Silva, 4 overs, 24 runs and managing to grab the 1 wicket with the help of the rest of the bowlers who managed to grab 1 wicket apiece. And look at that last partnership for the 6th wicket, 32-run partnership. That really helped TVS Lanka to get to this total of 136 at the end of 20 overs. Right, this is a quick look at what happened this morning. Few of the highlights from the TVS Lanka innings. There were some lovely shots played at right of the top of the innings. They managed to clear the boundary quite comfortably. Some lovely shots across the ground. Beautiful shots over extra cover. They played some quality hits. And at that point, Hayleys, they really managed to grab that important wicket. This was the first wicket. That was the big fish. And this was suicidal, I need to tell you that. And since then, things really didn't work around for TVS Lanka. Some very, very good fielding performance by the Hayleys B team really pulled things back. But there were some missed chances as well. The fielders really not judging it right. But that catch, once again, a very good one. 2 fielders inching in towards one another. But then, this man, Koshan Jai Vikrama, he really gave it a whack at the latter part of the innings, really helping TVS Lanka to get to that commandable total. He played the field really well. There were some big shots, there were some touch shots, and there were some shots which he really executed smartly, especially in that last over when he decided to lap the bowler behind the fine leg fielder. Those were some smart shots, and especially that one, realizing no one behind the square. And this was the shot that I was talking about with the fine leg fielder inside the circle, helping TVS Lanka to get to a commandable total of 136 runs at the end of 20 overs. Right, now this is the total, this is the target for Hayleys B when they are out there in the middle to chase this down. The players are taking a break, we'll take a break, and when you're back, it'll be the run chase by Hayleys B.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Thurston College grounds for the Mercantile Cricket Association E-Division T20 League Tournament of 2025. And this is match number 3 that's in progress. TVS Lanka versus Hayleys Group B. If you missed out on the first part of the action, TVS Lanka won the toss, selected to bat first. And in their 20 overs, they made 136 or 6, a run rate of 6.80. And Jai Vikrama led the way with 47 not out in the end, because he was the man who got all those sixers and fours going. Lovely morning for playing cricket, and there we are. So TVS Lanka, the team walking out to take the field. We'll see the Hayleys Group B side batsmen also walking out. And the target is 137 to win for Hayleys Group B, 137 in 20 overs. And it's gettable, but you need to really bat well to get this 137 runs. So the umpires in the middle, and there we are, as the players are taking their positions. The openers also are walking out. And of course, we'd like to remind you that there are 2 matches down for decision when T20s are played on a day, and match number 4 later this afternoon after lunch. South Asian Technologies to take on David Pierce B in match number 4 to be played later this afternoon. Right, so in the meantime, here we are, TVS Lanka and Hayleys Group B battling it out for honours in this game. And TVS Lanka, they played a match on last Sunday, and they won that game. That was at Royal College grounds. They batted well, they scored runs. And of course, let's see what happens today for Hayleys Group B. Could they really match up to the strengths of TVS Lanka? So it's going to be Jai Vikrama to start off proceedings with the ball as well. He batted well and made 47 not out. And Jiten Kalhari, they say, is going to be the bowler who's coming on, or he's in the batting department. That's right, that's the batting department. And of course, it's going to be Jai Vikrama to bowl the first over, turning his arm round at the moment. So stage all set. We've got a short third man in place, a backward point. A point and the extra cover with the deep mid-off on the offside. On the onside, you have the man at backward square leg, along with the deep mid-wicket on the boundary and long on. First ball coming up. Played on the onside, out towards long on, who runs in, does the fielding, or rather attempts to field one-handed. So the batsmen are taking that single, they're off the mark straight away. Madhuranga Soiza, he's on one, brings Ryan Fernando to take strike. And Coach Javik bowling the first over. So Ryan Fernando has not played in T20 games, doesn't have a record in this type of game, but let's wait and see. Perhaps a good batsman. Adjustments the field straight away. They bring a slip in for Ryan Fernando. So the slip, the backward point, a point, extra cover and deep mid-off on the offside. And here's the second ball coming up with Jai Vikrama. Comes forward, pushes out on the offside, and non-striker picks up. Ball just aimlessly ambling around on the matting. Now the defensive stroke this time. The bowler fields on his follow-through. So 3 balls bowled, just a 1 run scored by Hayleys Group B. They'll have to look at making runs, Hayleys Group B. They'll have to look at opportunities. Next one, off the back foot, trying to force it on the offside, plays it towards point region, another dot ball. So we had 3 dot balls in the over, with the single take on the first ball of the over. So 1 run being scored. Ryan Fernando still scores, face 3 balls. Madhuranga Soiza is on 1. Driven uppishly on the offside, straight to deep mid-off. They get a single for that. And takes Ryan Fernando off the mark as well. So he's on 1 and takes Hayleys Group B on to 2 for no wicket. We've got 1 ball left in the first over. Driven on the onside, out towards deep mid-wicket this time by Madhuranga Soiza. He'll pick up 1. He'll keep the strike. That ends the over. So first over completed. And Hayleys Group B are 3 for no wicket. Ryan Fernando on 1. Madhuranga Soiza on 2. Kosha and Jai Vikrama 1 over, none for 3. And of course, the run rate is 3 runs and over. 134 required to win over 114 balls. Looking at the balance of the batting card, Shardul, the wicket-keeper, to bat at number 3. Ravi Mal along with Nanya Kara Bandara. Shannon Lee, the captain, and Vanit De Silva will support the batting as well. So batting to come for Hayleys Group B, but now the second over starting up with Hayleys Group B on 3 for no wicket after 1 over. So 134 runs required of 114 balls. That's the equation for Hayleys Group B. Vishmika Sandeepa to bowl his first over, the second of the innings. Madhuranga Soiza will have the strike. He's on 2, taking guard at the moment from the umpire. Lovely afternoon here for cricket at the Thurston College grounds in Colombo. Vishmika Sandeepa, 16 matches. Best figures being 3 for 16. He's picked up 3 wickets on three occasions. Economy rate is 6.69. A lot will be expected from him, from Sandeepa today for his team, that is TVS Lanka. First ball coming up in the second over. Pulled away on the onside, down towards deep backward square leg this time. Single on the cards, so Madhuranga Soiza moves on to 3. Total up to 4 for no wicket is Hayleys Group B. So Ryan Fernando on 1, the right-hander has strike. Getting assistance from the fielders to mark the crease out. We talked about the crease being a different proposition when you play on matting wickets, which they're doing at the moment. Lots of games played on matting because even schools play on matting. White called outside the line of off stump. So extras off the mark with 1. Total up to 5 for no wicket. Hayleys Group B. So there we are. Match referee Sian Nandavira is out there with the tie and the Mugata Cricket Association shirt as well. Played soft hands in the offside. Looking for 1 was Ryan Fernando. The ball travelled quickly towards that extra cover region, so there's no chance of a run. Total remains at 5 for no wicket after 1.2 overs. There was 1 wide, so that ball has got to be re-bowled by Vishmika Sandeepa. Down the track. Trying to work it on the onside, doesn't make contact. Wicketkeeper collects. Looking for some aggressive batting is Ryan Fernando. He's on 1 of 6 deliveries. They'll need to get a move on because getting a 137 to win, it won't be easy unless you get some good strikes going. You need to get some boundaries as well. So slip in place, short third man, backward point in place. Played uppishly on the onside. Worked it down towards backward square leg for 1 is Ryan Fernando. Takes him on to 2. And Hayleys Group B moves on to 6 for no wicket after 1.4 overs. They're going at 3.60. They require 7.15 from this stage onwards. So 131 of 110 balls. They got all 10 wickets in hand. Played soft hands out towards backward point. Looking for 1 was Soiza, but sent back by Ryan Fernando quite correctly. So there was no chance of a run. TVS Lanka batting first, winning the toss and batting first, 136 for 6 in 20 overs, run rate 6.80. Here's Sandeepa once again on his way. Bowls nicely played, opens the face to the bat, runs it down to short, third man. Single being taken. So one more to the total, takes Hayleys Group B onto 7 for no wicket. That ends the over as well. So 2 overs completed with Hayleys Group B on 7 for no wicket. Ryan Fernando on 2, Madhuranga Soiza on 4. Vishmika Sandeepa 1 over, none for 4 is his figures. And 130 required of 108 balls. Over number 3 about to start up. Lofted on the onside. Out caught. Good catch taken on the boundary. So change the bowling. Hans Brian is the bowler. First ball is picked up a wicket of Madhuranga Soiza, the man out. Caught on the mid-wicket boundary. Good catch. And that's what really matters. There we go. Look at that. Pulled on the onside. Look at the fielder. Slipped at the last moment, kept his eyes on the ball and made no mistake about taking the catch. So Hayleys Group B lose their first wicket, 7 for 1 after 2.1 overs. Disappointment for Madhuranga Soiza, out for 4 of 6 balls. Nadish Yasiru held on to the catch. Hansaja Brian picks up the wicket, the left arm spinner. So TVS Lanka on their way at the moment to pick up wickets. They know that picking up wickets is so important because they made 136 for 6. Not a huge score by any means, but perhaps the total that they've given their bowlers something to bowl at. That was the most important thing. And thanks, of course, to Jai Vikrama, who made that swashbuckling 47 not out and held that innings together towards the end with some big hits for sixers. So Hansaja Brian, 1 wicket for no runs. In the 1 ball is bowled. Coming the Munusingha, the new man who walks out, taking guard. So Munusingha has played 19 matches, got 100 under his belt. Top score 121 not out. Good strike rate 109.71. A total of 418 runs from his 19 innings. So he'll have to really make some contribution here. With the bat for Hayleys Group B. Played on the offside, out towards a long off. They'll pick up 1. So Munusingha off the mark with a single. 8 for 1 is Hayleys Group B. The target is 137. Push nicely on the onside to square leg for a single. Always quick singles being taken. That's good running between wickets. Keep the fielders on their toes. And that's that pull shot where the wicket fell. Good catch taken. A deep mid wicket on the boundary. Look at that. A slip but held onto the ball. Dot ball. So Brian into his first over. 1 for 2 his figures after 4 deliveries. Played towards a point region. Another single being taken. That's good running. Excellent running. You need to keep the scoreboard moving. Rotate the strike is what they say. So 128 required of 104 balls for Hayleys Group B. There we are, stumped. Ryan Fernando, the man out, down the track looking to play one of the offside, beaten outside the line of off stump. Wicketkeeper had the bails off in a flash. The umpire's finger came up straight away. And there we are with Hayleys Group B losing their second wicket, 10 for 2 in the third over. There we go. That's what really happened. Look at that. Good glove work behind the stumps. So Brian picks up his second wicket. 2 for 3 his figures after 5 deliveries. So Ryan Fernando is the man who's out for 3 of 8 deliveries. 2 wickets in the over. You've got to recover from that. Right, so that ends Brian's over as well. So 2 for 3 after 1 over. After 3 overs, Hayleys Group B are 10 for 2. Ravi Mal is the new man walking in. Munu Singh is on 2. So 127 runs required of 102 balls for Hayleys Group B. So Jai Vikram to bowl his second over. Kosha and Jai Vikrama, none for 3 from the 1 over he's bowled so far. He'll be bowling to Kavinder Munasinghe, who's on 2 of 3 balls. 10 for 2 is Hayleys Group B after 3 overs. They're going at 3.33 runs an over. They require 7.47 runs an over from this stage onwards. They'll need to get a move. They'll need to get 2 batsmen to build up a partnership to get a total of 137. That's the winning target for Hayleys Group B. As TVS Lanka, in fact, made 136 for 6. Varun Ravimal, the new man in. Flicked on the onside down towards the deep mid-wicket position. They get a single, looking for 2, but they settled for 1. So nice morning here at the Thurston College grounds in Colombo. Sun shining brightly. People going about their daily business as well. Those watching cricket from the roads, keep watching cricket all the time. Always interested in watching cricket. So Kosha and Jai Vikrama, none for 4 from 1.1 overs. Good session with the bat now. With the ball, he'll need to really perform for TVS Lanka. Ravi Mal is on strike. He's still to score, still to face a ball. Munu Singh is on 3 or 4 balls. Slip in place, the left-hander. Player a miss outside the line of off stump. Wicketkeeper corrects. It's a good sight always for even a spinner to see a batsman beaten outside the line of off stump. Look at that. A player missed the ball, curled away slightly. Is driven on the offside straight to the extra cover. This time there's no run. So Jai Vikrama keeping things nice and tight at the moment. Beaten outside the line of off stump. That's well bowled. Quicker one from Jai Vikrama. Really troubling the batsman at the moment. Hayleys Group B struggling right now. There we are. Well bowled indeed. Bit of an edge, runs down towards backward point this time. There's no chance of a run. Just the 1 run of the 5 deliveries so far from this Jai Vikram over. There we are, caught behind, and well, there we are. Hayleys Group B lose their 3rd wicket. Ravi Mal, the man out without scoring, caught behind on the bowling of Jai Vikram, picks up his 1st wicket. So 4 overs completed, and Hayleys Group B are 11 for the loss of 3 wickets after 4 overs. Ravi Mal, the man just out without scoring, faced 4 balls. Kavinder Munasinghe is on 3. And Kosha and Jai Vikrama, 2 overs, 1 for 4 is his figures. There we go. Turn outside the line of off stump. And straight away, they knew that the batsman had got edge to it. He's walking back. And Ravi Mal disappointed. He couldn't trouble the scorers at all, out without scoring. And TVS Lanka done extremely well to pick up 3 wickets for 11 runs in the first 4 overs. So Dilesh Perra, the new man, walking out to join Kamindu Munasinghe in the middle with Hayleys Group B in all sorts of problems. 11 for 3 after 4 overs. Their target is 137. There we are. That's how the wickets fell. We look at that. Caught behind. No doubt about that. The batsman didn't wait for the umpire's finger to come up. So Jiten Kalhara, another change, the bowling coming on. So TVS Lanka too have got plenty of bowling options. Another medium pace bowler is Jiten Kalhara. He'll be bowling to Kamindu Munasinghe, who's on 3 at the moment. Dilesh Perra, the new man in. He's not played T20 cricket, so this is new to him. Short lifting, played on the back foot towards the short third man for a single by Munasinghe. So takes the Hayleys Group B total on to 12 for 3 in the 5th over. Dilesh Perra, the new man, to take strike for the first time. They got a slip in place with the short third man who's now being dropped to a third man position. A backward point, extra cover. A mid-off, the offside field. They have a man at short fine leg along with the mid wicket. Short lifting outside the line of off stump, wide called. So Dilesh Perra greeted with a wide from Jiten Kalhara. Takes the Hayleys Group B total on to 13 for 3. So Kalhara into his second T20 game. 1 for 9 is best bowling figures. Left on the pad, a shout from the wicket keeper, not from the bowler. Umpire is not interested in that. As Dilesh Perra was coming forward to play that. We'll look at that. Too high. Definitely too high, so the umpire wouldn't have even looked at it to make a decision on that. Shoulders arms this time is Dilesh Perra. The wicket keeper collects. So 124 runs required of 93 balls. They got 7 wickets in hand. Still gettable if 2 batsmen get going, put up a partnership and look to build up on this total of 13 for 3. Nicely played down to third man. They'll pick up 1 for that. So Dilesh Perra is off the mark with that single. Got on top of that. Played it nicely down to third man and on the ground. So takes Hayleys Group B on to 14 for 3. We got 2 balls left in this 5th over. Jiten Kalhara has conceded 3 runs so far, 1 wide and 2 singles. He's bowled 4 balls in the over. So coming to Munasinghe, who on 4 of 5 balls has the strike once again. Batting inside the crease. Edged again. Another single being taken. Down to third man. Along the ground, in fact. That's been the feature of Kavindu Munasinghe's singles to a third man region. Played again towards the slip region. Well, a direct hit would have been a run out for Dilesh Perra. Survives as the ball didn't hit the stumps. That'll end the over. So 5 overs completed. And Hayleys Group B, 15 for the loss of 3 wickets. Dilesh Perra is on 1. Coming to Munasinghe on 5. Kalhara 1 over 9 for 4. 122 required of 90 balls.
We're done with 5 overs, 15 for 3. Hayleys really struggling. TVS Lanka, they have really managed to pull things back. Especially that boost they did receive during the last passage of play when they were batting. They have really brought it back to this bowling session as well. They've really run through the Hayleys batting card so far. Now things are going to really be tight. With 7 wickets in hand, the required run rate about 8 runs per over at this point. Things aren't really going to be easy for Hayleys. They have to really fight back. They need some batter to come out and display. Well, they can't afford to play out too many dot balls as well, because the run rate will keep on going up. They need to try and bring things back on track. They need a big one. They need a big over. But look at the body language. Well, that would have been another suicidal run out. But the body language of the TVS Lanka players, they're really, really pumped up. They're up for the game. They're really on it. This is very good. The fielders are on their toes. They're really ready to punch it. Absolutely brilliant work. Down the track. And that's the 4th one. Flashing glove work behind the stumps. That's the 2nd one for the wicket keeper. He has had a good day behind the stumps. A day to remember for him. He has really enjoyed himself, isn't it? Look at that. The bails taken off in a flash. Easy work. Neluka Heshan, he is enjoying himself. Dilesh Perra departs. 1 of 7. And TVS Lanka, they're really on top at this point. Hayleys, they fall into deep trouble. 16 for 4. Sahan Nanayakara, the new batter. Well, one after the other. They are walking in, but they are finding it really hard. They need one batter to stand out. One batter. Full toss to start off with. Not the ideal delivery, especially with mid-on and mid-off inside the circle. That could have easily cleared them. Lucky escape for Hansacher Brian. He has been good with the ball today. He has managed to grab 3 wickets for 5 runs. He's just into his second over. Fantastic performance so far. He's single-handedly driving off Hayleys here. Good one. Another chance of a run out. Very close. Umpire stands still. That's a very good decision. The power play comes to an end. Hayleys in deep trouble. 17 for 4. That's a quick look at that again. Just in time. Just inside. That was a lucky escape. The last thing for Hayleys. Another run out. Alright, we are done with the power plays. So the fielding team, they'll be allowed to have 5 fielders outside the inner circle. So life is really going to be tough for Hayleys starting from this point, because the boundaries will surely dry up. But usually, one way to get things back on track is to rotate strike. Push the pressure back onto the bowling team. Try and rotate the strike as much as possible. Run those twos, run those singles. You will get that odd boundary. You have to wait for that. But until then, you need to make sure to rotate strike. Push the pressure back onto the bowling team. Try and come back into this game. 119 more runs required of 83 deliveries. Well, close call. There is a catching mid-wicket fielder inside the circle. A short mid-wicket fielder. Kavindu Munasinghe trying to go across the line. That should be called wide. Yes, indeed. Probably trying to stay away from the hitting arc of Kavindu Munasinghe. Ian Sirivardhana, a very, very experienced campaigner. Played a lot of cricket for Sri Lanka. Batters coming back for a second run. That is very good running. Talking about Ian Sirivardhana. He's a very talented young man, a versatile cricketer. Played for Sri Lanka under 19. He's played for Sri Lanka under 19 development squad, under 23. Tamil Union. He carries a bag of experience, which is really, really going to help TVS Lanka to tighten the screws. 116 more runs required of 81 deliveries. We are in for a game here. Hayleys, they need to bounce back. Once again, tries to go across the line. Not the ideal kind of shot. Especially after losing 4 wickets for just 21 runs. They need to play sensible cricket. They need to play through the line of the ball rather trying to go across the line. Just play straight. Rotate the strike. Get those singles. Quicker one. Once again, this is good bowling. This is very good bowling. They tighten things up. Especially. There you go. Ball keeping low as well. Goes for a cross-batted shot again. A very decent over. Keeping things under control. Just the 5 runs coming off. It's 7 overs done. 22 for 4. Here's a quick look at the partnership so far. Nothing to talk about it actually. No double figures at all. Every batter trying to get a start, but they have departed shortly. Now they need a partnership. That's what's important. If you did take a close look at that partnership column, none of the batters have been out there for some time. They need a partnership badly. 22 for 4 after 7 overs. Run rate touch about 3 runs per over. Isru Sri Diduka. Well, they decide against it. Isra initially thought that he might be getting a chance, but the skipper decides differently. Required run rate touching 9 runs per over now. It's going to be very, very tough for Hayleys to chase down this total, especially with 4 wickets down. If you're just joining us, it's the MCA E-Division T20 tournament sponsored by David Pieris. We are coming to you live from the Thurston Cricket Grounds in Colombo. This morning, TVS Lanka winning the toss, deciding to bat first. They managed to put on a total of 136 runs at the end of 20 overs. They really managed to bounce back after a collapse in the middle. Hayleys, they might be disappointed. The Hayleys skipper, he preferred bowling first on the surface, but now they might be a little bit worried. The batters haven't really stood up for the cause. Turn and bounce. This is what I was talking about. The slower you bowl, the more air you give. So far things have been very, very quiet. Nothing much on offer for Hayleys. It's a passage of rebuilding, I'd call it. So far it has been a decent over once again for TVS Lanka. Just a couple of runs. Once again, turn and bounce. Probably brushed it on its way. Once again, turn and bounce. This has been the story so far. The spinners have really dominated. Coming back for the second run. Good throw from the deep. But still, the batters, they do manage to get over. Well dropped. Chance goes a begging. Well, well, well. They have been brilliant in the outfield so far. But this one, it was a very sharp catch. Just pops out of his hands. Should have done better. 8 overs done. 27 for 4. Vishmika will continue. Staying top of it, looking for a quick single. Easily taken. At this point, the singles aren't really going to help Hayleys, and it's also not going to hurt TVS Lanka much. At this point, I'd say TVS Lanka, they might be feeling quite comfortable with the run rate currently at 3.43, the required run rate about 9 per over with 10 overs to go. In fact, 12 overs to go. It will surely keep building up as well. Short, wide, tries for a cut, fails to make contact. White call by the umpire. Apart from those couple of extras, the TVS Lanka bowlers, they have been very disciplined. Touch and go, probably a bit of swing away from the left-hand batter, which really cost that extra run. Goes for a big swing. Seeing the delivery outside the off stump. Tries to throw the kitchen sink at it. There you go. Swing and a miss. Loud appeal. Umpire says no. Once again, it has been a decent over so far. Look at that. In line with the stumps, attacking the stumps, asking the questions. This has been brilliant, I need to tell you that. Fantastic effort so far. Vishmika Sandeepa, he played a handy little hand with the bat. 13 coming off 7 at that latter part of the innings, which was really important for TVS Lanka. Gets the outside edge. The angle creating that. They have been so good with the bowling. Looking for a quick single, poor bit of fielding. Well, if he had collected the ball at a glance, surely that was the 5th wicket down for Hayleys. Very unfortunate. 9 overs done, 32 for 4. Well, some spectators who have come here to witness this game here today. Right, we are into the last over before the half stage of play. At this point, Hayleys B, they might be very disappointed about where they are currently sitting. They really need to up this game. They need 105 runs of 66 deliveries, the required run rate, hitting the 10-run mark as well. It's going to be a tough ask for them. Life hasn't been easy. Now, as a batting unit, what they could do is, now these two batters, they have spent some time in the middle. Kavinder Munasinghe, he has been out there for 18 deliveries. Sahan Nanayakari has been out there for 10 deliveries. Now, one of these batters, they need to discuss among themselves and realize who is going to go after the bowlers, because playing out the 20 overs will really not help Hayleys B at this point. One of the batters, they need to take their chances. They need to go after the bowler, especially since they have faced 10 plus deliveries, both these batters. They kind of understand how the surface works. So one of the batters, they need to go after the bowling. Very important. As I do speak, he has hammered it over the long on fielder. That's a welcome boundary after some time. Kavinder Munasinghe, the senior partner, he has faced the 19 deliveries. He decides that, right, it's time to take you on, mates. And he whacks it, gives it a proper whack. Manages to clear the long on fielder quite comfortably, I'd say. There's a very good shot, good positive intent. That's what's required at this point. You need to be positive. One batter, he needs to go. Quick single. This is good batting. You get a 6, you get a boundary, then rotate the strike. That's what's important. This has been a good over so far. 3 overs, 8 runs. Try and convert it into maybe a 13-14 run over. One more boundary. Short. Looking for a pull. Missed everything. Wicketkeeper probably getting a hit on his face, I guess. Now, Sahan Nanayakara, what he needs to realize is they've got a good start to this over. They need to capitalize on it. They can't afford to give away dot deliveries. They're probably coming off the elbow, I guess. Goes for a big one. Once again, another dot. Now, this is the problem. Now, this is the problem. Both batters, they can't afford to go after the bowling. It should be done by one batter. So one needs to rotate the strike. He needs to take care of rotating the strike, ticking off the scoreboard. The other one needs to go big. Sure. That was just inches away from that fielder. But will run down to the boundary. I'm not sure what happened there. Got that outside edge. Trying to drive over extra cover. Got that leading edge. Let's have a close look at that. Round the track. Trying to go over extra cover. Well, the fielder, he hardly made any attempt to chase down the ball. That was poor bit of fielding. Good over. 10 overs done. 44 for 4.
So there's the equation. 93 of 60 required by Hayleys Group B. Munasinghe on 20, Nanayakara on 11. Kalhara, none for 4 from the 1 over his ball so far. Now the medium pacey. Thick edge down to third man. They'll pick up one more run. That's Munasinghe. So nice little partnership building between Nanayakara and Munasinghe here for Hayleys Group B. They'll need a partnership. They lost 4 quick wickets. Now this pair has come together. We are in the 11th over. 92 of 59 deliveries. That's the equation. We saw 1/6 in that last over. A few more must come in now. The required rate is 9.36. That's a big run rate required. They're going at just over 4 runs and over. So adjustments to the field, and they've got the field well spread out at the moment. Trying to play it on the onside, got him in a bat to it. The ball on his follow through, races down to collect, not allowing the batsman to get a single. So the sun has gone between some clouds, so it's pleasant conditions for the players in the middle. There's no threat of rain, but it makes it comfortable when the sun goes behind clouds, because otherwise it's hot and humid morning here in Colombo. Nicely played. Open the face of the bat, runs it down towards a third man. They'll pick up only 1 run for that. So brings Munasingh on 21 to take strike. He's faced 21 balls. It's 46 of 4 of 10.3 overs. 91 required of 57 deliveries. 6 wickets in the bag for Hayleys Group B. At the moment, TVS Lanka sitting pretty in this game. They won the toss. They led to bat first. Made 136 or 6 in 20 overs. Wide called down the leg side. So 90 of 57 the requirement for Hayleys Group B. How are they going to get those runs? They'll have to really work out some plan between Munasingh and Nanayakkara. Again off the edge down towards backward point. Once again no run. So every dot ball puts pressure on the batting side that they need to score runs. The required rate is 9.64. That's the required rate for Hayleys Group B. That's a tough ask to get that type of run rate on a regular basis. We're in the 11th over at the moment. Edge down to third man. They'll pick up 1 more run. So 48 for 4 of the 10.5 overs. That is Hayleys Group B, requiring 137 to win in 20 overs. They need, of course, 89 runs. They need to bat really well to make those 89 runs. They got to win this match is Hayleys Group B. Going for a big heave on the offside. Doesn't make contact. Collected by the keeper. Ends the over. 11 completed. And Hayleys Group B are 48 for 4. San Nanekar on 12 or 16. Munasingh, he's there. And look at that replay of the last delivery. Trying to play it down to third man. So Munasingh on 22 or 23. And Jiten Kalhara 2 overs. None for 8. And required run rate now 9.98. So we'd like to remind all our viewers where we're watching the live telecast of this game between TVS Lanka and Hayleys Group B. Another match in the afternoon because back-to-back in T20 games. South Asian Technologies takes on David Pierce B in the afternoon. Lofted on the offside. Picked up inside the boundary. Another single being taken. Sun beams through the clouds once again. We talk about the sun hiding behind the clouds, but now it'll be really hot and humid as the last one was played down the ground. Look at the fielder sliding on the turf. He's got nails as well, so he should not be doing that. Lofted in the air, field under it, taken easily, and that was Jai Vikram who took the catch. Straightforward catch. And San Nanekar is the man out. So Hayleys Group B lose their 5th wicket, 49 for 5. It was a matter of time, just coming. There we go again, that's how the wicket fell. Going for a big heave. It was in the air for a long time. The batsman started walking off even before the catch was taken, but he knew that that would be dropped. Jai Vikram made no mistake about that. As San Nanekar is the man out for 12. So at 49 for 5, 88 runs required of 53 balls. That's the equation for Hayleys Group B. That's a tall ask. The required rate is 9.96, almost 10 runs and over. So Ayana Sirivardhana, 1 for 18 from his 2.2 overs. So dismal scorecard, 49 for 5 is Hayleys Group B. So TVS Lanka very much in control of this game. They won their first game a couple of days ago. That was a comfortable victory again against South Asian Technologies. Senal Silva, the new man in, he's played 10 matches. Pushed out on the offside single, and De Silva is off the mark with a single. Brings the 50 up on the board as well. 50 for 5 after 11.4 overs. Or 11.3 in fact. So Monu Singh on strike, he's on 23. He'll be the senior partner. He's faced 24 balls, so he's 23 runs. Required rate climbs to over 10 and over, 10.24. Edge down towards the third man. That's going towards the boundary for 4. No stopping that. Thick edge down towards third man for 4. A welcome boundary, in fact, for Hayleys Group B. They need a few boundaries coming in. So 54 for 5. Look at that. The drive in between two fielders. The placement was excellent. Nicely played on the offside. Picked up inside the boundary at a sweeper. The batsman crossed for 1. So takes Monu Singh on to 28. The total up to 55 for 5 after 11.5 overs. Again, ticket by this time to short third, and they pick up 1. That lend the over as well, or could there be overthrows? No. They're settling for the singles. So 12 overs completed. And Hayleys Group B are 56 for the loss of 5 wickets. Monu Singh on 28, Senal De Silva on 2. And Sirivardhana 1 for 25 from his 3 overs. And 81 required of 48 balls. Required rate 10.13. So there's the Hayleys B scorecard. Nobody's got a start there. They all got into double figures. You've got a couple of batsmen in double figures. Other than that, it's been disappointing for Hayleys Group B. So 13th over, about to get underway. 81 runs required of 48 balls for Hayleys Group B, and TVS Lanka looking to pick up 5 wickets if they are to close this match out. So Brian Hansaja 3 for 5 from his 2 overs to bowl his 3rd over. Backward point covers up, no chance of a run. So every single dot ball is putting pressure on the batsman. So slip in place with the short third man, the backward point, sweeper cover, extra cover. The onside down towards deep mid wicket this time. A single on the cards. So De Silva moves on to 3. Takes a total of 57 for 5. We're in the 13th over at the moment. 80 of 46 the equation. Required rate 10.43. It's a very big asking rate for Hayleys Group B. So Brian 3 for 6 from 2.2. Worked on the onside. Long on will tidy up. The batsman will cross for 1. The singles only won't do for Hayleys Group B. They'll need a few boundaries. They need some big hits to come in as well. 58 for 5. Lofted on the onside. Comfortably taken. Another wicket falls. And Hayleys Group B lose their 6th wicket. 58 for 6. Lofted on the onside, straight down the throat of that long on fielder. He had a dive at the last moment to pick it up, but made no mistake about it. So Brian picks up his 4th wicket. He's bowled well. 4 wickets for 8 runs at about 7 runs at the moment. We'll look at that. Here we go. Taken on the full, hit away on the onside. Look at long on. Made no mistake about that. The last moment the ball was dipping, but he held on to it. So Sendal De Silva is a man out for 3. 58 for 6 is Hayleys Group B. 79 required of 44 balls. It's becoming even more difficult. Mohammad Shahidullah, the wicket keeper, coming into bat for Hayleys Group B. Hansa Brian 4 for 7 of 2.4 overs. So this game slowly but surely turning out to be TVS Lanka's game. And there's Shahidullah's statistics. 21 matches. Total of 37 runs is no great record with the bat. No 50s, no 100s. Average being 12.07. So off the back foot, a thumb towards extra cover. There's no chance of run. In fact, the ball traveled quickly down there. Played down the track. The bowler misreels. They get a single for that. Should have been stopped by the bowler. By Brian. Ends the over. He's bowled 3 overs and 4 for 8 his figures. So after 13 overs, Hayleys Group B are 59 for 6. With Munna Singh on 29, Shahidullah is on 1, and they require 78 of 42 balls. So Mohammad Shahidullah will take strike. The required rate has climbed to 11.14. Almost an impossible rate now for Hayleys Group B unless one batsman strikes some few big sixers and gets the required rate down. 78 required of 48 balls. They got 4 wickets in hand. Played on the offside towards sweeper cover. Single being taken on the first ball of the over. Isuru Sri Diduka, he is bowling his first over, first ball of his spell. 60 for 6 is Hayleys Group B, playing the 14th over. Hit hard into the ground, the ball running out again towards sweeper. They'll pick up one more. 61 for 6 is Hayleys Group B. 76 required of 40 balls. That's the equation. Pulled away past the square leg umpire down towards a deep mid-wicket. One more run. So Shahidullah moves on to 3, brings Munir Singh on 30, takes strike. Player miss outside the line of off stump. Very short outside the line of off stump. He got back to it. Was Munir Singh, missed out. Driven again down the ground towards long off. One more run and takes the total up to 62 for 6 after 13.5 overs. Dot ball to end the over. So 14 overs completed. And Hayleys Group B are 63 for 6 after 14 overs. Mohammad Shahidullah is on 3 of 5. Munir Singh on 31 of 30. And Isuru Sri Diduka 1 over, none for 4. So there's the bowling card for TVS Lanka. Jai Vikrama 1 for 9 from 3 overs. Sandeepa none for 8 from 2. Brian 3 overs 4 for 8. Excellent figures. Kalhara none for 8 from 2. Sirivardhana 1 for 25 from 3. And Diduka 1 over for 4 runs. Hit away on the offside towards sweeper cover for a single. So Jiten Kalhara to bowl his third over. None for 9 at the moment from 2.1 overs. Brings Kavindu Munir Singh to take strikes on 32. So 73 required of 35 balls. They got 4 wickets in hand. And this game slowly but surely slipping towards TVS Lanka. Played on the onside. Another single being taken. Singles won't hurt TVS Lanka. In fact, Hayleys Group B, they'll have to look at boundaries now. Time running out, overs running out as well. We're in the 15th over. And at the end of this over, just 5 overs remaining. So required rate is jumping to 12.71. 72 of 34 balls. Not easy to get. Lofted on the offside. Bounces before it reaches the fielder. They get one more run. So Munir Singh moves on to 33 of 32. Brings Shahidullah on 4 to take strike. 66 for 6 after 14.3 overs. Nicely flicked away on the onside. In they are for a while. Doesn't reach the fielder. Takes it on the bounce. So they pick up one more run. Shahidullah picks up one more. Takes him to 5. Required rate climbs to 13.13. Almost impossible now for Hayleys Group B. Hit away again on the offside. That finds the boundary. That's well played by Munusingha. Perhaps a little bit too late for Hayleys Group B. Takes Munusingha to 37. It's a good shot, in fact. Look at that. Lofted over the bowler's head. Out toward the long on region. There was no fielder there. Boundary signal. So 71 for 6 after 14.5. Played towards the backward point, single being taken. That'll end the over. So Munusingha will keep the strike. 15 overs completed. And Hayleys Group B are 72 for 6. Shardullah is on 5. Munusingha on 38. And Jiten Kalhara none for 17. The required rate is 13 runs and over 65 required of 30 balls.
$65 of 30 required. Now that's the equation. Well, looking at the T20 format, looking at that equation, you would say that's not too hard. The fact is the wickets column, 6 wickets down, just the one batter who has been out there for some time. That's the question for Hayleys. It's not a tough target. You can't call it a tough target, 65 of 30 deliveries. But the number of wickets left, that's the problem. Oh, this is poor bit of fielding. You need to back up your fielders. That's very important. One extra run considered. The total moves up to 74. There you go, drop and run. No protection, no protection. The fielder at the boundary, they need to keep coming up. Goes downtown. There is protection, just the one run. Singles will not really help Hayleys at this point. They need a 6 or couple of boundaries every over. It's mandatory. Goes for a reverse sweep. Gets past the diving back at a point fielder. The car fielder walks around. Restricts the batters to one run. That's very good fielding, I need to tell you that. He at least saved an extra run which could have been taken by the batters, and a boundary obviously by his diving effort. Goes big. The deep mid-wicket fielder settles in. Just the one run, no run added to the total. So far, it has been a very quiet over. Just the 5 runs coming off the 4 deliveries. They need a big one. Out of these 2 deliveries, one needs to go the distance. Top edge. Just over that fielder inside the 30-yard circle. Looking for a second run. Very close. And yes, it is. That's a suicidal run out. That's lethargic running, I need to tell you that. They should have done better. The ball went over the infield. Always 2 written on it. They should have run better. Lethargic running. Disappointing. Should have done better. That's the 7th wicket down. There you go. The ball spun too. Ample time to come back for a second run. $77 for 6. 60 more runs required of 26 deliveries. Shannon Lee, the skipper, walks out to the middle. Huge responsibilities on his shoulders. Looks a player in big stature, probably couple of gigantic hits out the ground. Quicker one into the stumps. Very, very watchful. An eventful over comes to an end. 16 overs done. 79 for 7. Four overs to go. The required run rate currently sitting at 14.5. It's a big ask at this point. A huge ask for Hayleys with 7 wickets down, 3 wickets in hand. Looks for a quick Singapore bit of fielding. They have been on top, but there have been instances where they have let down their bowlers. Current run rate below 5 runs per over. When you're chasing a moderate total of 136 runs, you need to at least maintain a run rate of 6 per over. That's very important. Flats bats it. There is protection at deep into wicket, just the 1 run. The Hayleys B batters, they never recovered from where they fell into. It has been a tough run chase so far. Shannon Lee, the skipper. He has a huge responsibility on his shoulders. He can't afford to defend too much. He can't afford to see away too many deliveries. They need big ones. There you go. Tries to throw the kitchen sink at it, fails to make contact. The wicketkeeper behind the stumps, he has been on song today, taking the bails off in a flash. Beautiful delivery once again. Shannon Lee beaten. This has been lovely bowling. Hansaj O'Brien has been the standout for the day so far. He's into his last delivery, 4 for 10, looking for a fifer. Inside edge. Will not get a fifer. What an over, just a couple of runs. 17th over. 81 for 7 in fact. .56 required of 18 deliveries. Well, this target reminds me of one of the most popular run chasers in the recent history, where Sri Lanka chased down against Australia, if I'm not mistaken. Tasun Shanaka, the skipper himself, he managed to chase down a similar total. 56 or 57, I believe, was required of 18 deliveries. He walked out to the middle and he really took the bowlers apart. Well, Shannon Lee, the skipper, is on strike. Can he repeat history? Hansa Jabrani completed his spell for overs, 4 for 10. He was fantastic today. Brilliant performance. Single-handedly ran through the Hayling batting card. Outside edge, a good catch. That's the 8th wicket. Trying to go up and over covers. Caught that leading edge. There were a couple of fielders inside the circle behind the batter. The short third man fielder running across and completing a catch. Good catch, running behind, never easy. In a hot afternoon when the sun is shining right about your eyes. It's not easy. Good work. The big hitting Kavidu Munasinghe, the last hope I would call him of Hayleys departs. Hayleys in deep trouble, 81 for 8. New man in. Very watchful. Well, at this point, if you're a Hayleys fan, you can't be happy at all. You need to realize Hayleys at this point, they're falling apart. Here is a quick look at that previous wicket, trying to go over the covers, getting the leading edge. Shannon Lee at the toss, he did mention that he's happy bowling first, and they're planning to restrict TVS Lanka around 140 to 150, which they really did. But the bowling department, in fact the batting department, hasn't really fired up. 136 runs, it's a very moderate total. Here's a quick look at that. Cotton ball chance, maybe no, way away from the bowler himself. That was a pinch of a delivery. Well. Sri Diduka. Look at that. From where did that come? That almost kissed the off stump. Full toss. Hammered down the ground. Just for a single. Another quiet over, 4 runs and a wicket. 18 overs done. 85 for 8. We are into the 19th over. 52 runs required. Tough ask for Hayleys at this point. Caution Ajay Vikrama. He was fantastic with the bat today. Single-handedly took TVS Lanka to a commanding total. And now with the ball, he has played his part. He's into his 4th over. It's just the 10 runs considered, and he has managed to grab a wicket as well. That's tied up. Should be another easy catch. Yes, it is. That's one more nail in the coffin for Hayleys. They're just falling apart, one after the other. Hard day in his celebrations from the TVS Lanka fielders as well, because they know the job is done. It's just a matter of finishing things off. Just the one more wicket required at this point. Floating it outside the off stump, inviting the batter to fetch it. But he fetches it straight into the hands of the long off fielder. Too easy. Themal Bandara's short stay comes to an end. He departs for 2. Hayleys B, 86 for 9. There you go. Batter number 11. Probably he was a late little bit. Maybe fell asleep. Rushing into the crease. There you go. That's a quick look at that. He walked in, but he got his jersey wrong. And he had to go back, put on a new jersey. Vanit Silva. 4 more deliveries to go in this over. So far, good hand by Koshan Chavikrama. Probably it looks like a tactic for Koshan Chavikrama, floating it outside the off stump. 2 for 11. He's into his 4th over. He has been very decent with the ball in hand as well. Well, at this point, singles aren't going to hurt TVS Lanka at any given cost. They need some massive hits, big ones. Hayleys. Oh, that was touch and go. Looking for an extra run. They will get it. Played with soft hands, the wicket keeper. Off in a flash. He's so active today, running around, collecting the balls, taking off the bails. He's been brilliant behind the stumps. Flat bats it just for 1 run. 19 overs done. 91 for 9. Right, we are into the last over. Short, pull. There is protection at deep mid wicket. Just the 1 run. Jayant Samaravira, the bowler in hand. Well, it's very little that's required for TVS Lanka at this point. Almost a caught on board chance. Shannon Lee, he has been struggling out there. Nothing going Hayleys' way at this point. That's a massive shot, but he fails to get the distance. That's the final nail of the coffin for Hayleys. They have been bowled out for 92 runs within 19.3 overs. What a performance it has been by TVS Lanka. With the bat in hand at the start of the innings, now with the ball in hand, They've really showcased their skills. They haven't given Hayleys a single chance to come back into this game, especially when they were down. When they were 4 down for 21 runs, things looked very much apart for Hayleys. And since then, TVS Lanka, they haven't given a single chance to Hayleys to bounce back. Here's a quick look at that last wicket. Trying to go downtown, Shannon Lee, the skipper. He got the elevation, but not the distance. That was the final wicket. But overall, what a performance it has been by TVS Lanka. They fought hard and they deserve to get this win here. They bowled well. They fielded well. They batted well. It has been an all-round performance by TVS Lanka to clinch this victory against Hayleys B here at the Thurston Cricket Grounds in Colombo. There you go. These are good signs. The players of the two teams shaking hands, greeting each other. It's about this game. It's the beauty about this game. You need to share the love. You need to share peace. Right, and this is the batting card of Hayleys B. Now, if you take a quick look at the batting card, just a couple of players crossing the double figure mark. That is really disappointing. Kavindu Munasinghe, he played a handy little hand, 43 of 39. And then Sahan Nanayakara, the other batter who crossed the double figure mark, 12 of 70. But from that, none of the batters managed to get to that double figure mark. Everyone really disappointing. Just a 6 extras. 92 for 10. And look at the bowling figures. The standout of the day, Hansa Jabran. What a spell. Boy oh boy, 4 overs, just the 10 runs and 4 wickets. And Koshan Chavikram, the batter who was handy with the bat, he came out handy with the ball as well. 4 overs, 15 runs and 2 wickets, and hardly any partnership in the middle. It was all TVS Lanka throughout this game. Right, it's time to take a quick look at the session highlights. The Hayleys batters, they did open the batting, but they hardly got any kind of chance to bounce on. Life was very tough. Yes, we did see a couple of shots, but most of them going down the throat of fielders. But the wicketkeeper behind the stumps, what a day he had. Couple of stumpings, 2 sharp glove works, 1 catch and 1 run out. He has played his part behind the stumps, really active. He was a pain for the batters, very active. There were some shots which were played, but nothing to highlight, to be very honest, apart from Munasinghe, Kavindu Munasinghe. He played some delightful strokes. He tried his best to try and get Hayleys to a commandable position, but unfortunately nothing going Hayleys' way today. TVS Lanka, it was all over. They really conquered things. They managed to get over the Hayleys batters. That was this run out I was talking about. The wicket keeper, he really enjoyed the day here out today at the Thurston Cricket Ground. That was last wicket before Hayleys were bowled out for 92 runs within 19.3 overs. Right, here's the match summary. TVS Lanka winning the toss, deciding to bat first. They were 136. Hayleys B, in reply, they were bowled out for 92 runs in 19.3 overs. Hayleys B comprehensively winning this game by 44 runs. Right, that's it from here. That's game number 1 of the day, where Hayleys managing to, in fact, TVS Lanka managing to win this game. We'll take a short break and we'll be back very soon with game number 2 for the day, here live from the Thurston Cricket Grounds.